But what about women with fuller figures, undefined waists, larger busts, or shorter upper bodies? Why do they always have to squeeze themselves into outdated standards, hiding, covering up, and disguising their so-called flaws? It's simply unfair. And what's even more heartbreaking is that many women have come to believe that their bodies are the problem. They give up light, airy dresses, avoid the sunlight, and lock themselves into stiff, boring clothes just to feel safe. But today, I want to tell you something different. There is nothing wrong with your body. What truly needs to change is how you see yourself and how you're guided to dress in a way that honors both your shape and your spirit. This video is the result of countless honest conversations, the raw, heartfelt comments from women still struggling to find confidence in the summer season. That's why I invite you to stay with me until the very end of this video. You won't just find smart styling tips, you may just see yourself reflected in every piece of advice I share. And to begin this journey, we'll start with one small accessory that holds the power to completely transform your figure: the necklace. More than just jewelry. It's a guide for the eye, a tool that helps reshape how your body is perceived. Let's discover how. Right now, the necklace. From simple jewelry to a powerful styling tool. There are everyday items we use without ever realizing their true power. Take a necklace. What seems like a small accessory to complement your outfit can actually become a visual guide, subtly reshaping how others perceive your figure. Many women wear necklaces out of habit because they match their earrings, suit their mood, or simply fill the empty space around the neckline. But how many know that this little piece can cleverly break up the silhouette, elongate the neckline, slim down the chest, and guide the eye exactly where you want it to go? For women with an apple-shaped body, undefined waistlines, a more prominent midsection, a necklace isn't just jewelry. It's a subtle styling secret that can beautifully redefine your proportions. Picture this. You're wearing a plain, solid-colored outfit. No outer layer, no distracting prints. If your necklace stops right at the center of your chest, that's exactly where the eye lands. And often, it gets stuck there, drawing attention to the area you might prefer to downplay. But swap it for a longer necklace that drapes softly below the bust, or choose a V-shaped design that mirrors your neckline, and suddenly, magic happens. The eye is drawn downward, your figure is visually divided into layers, and your overall silhouette appears taller and more refined. No more bulky blocks, just a graceful, intentional visual flow. I call this the color bridge effect, when your necklace matches or slightly contrasts with your top or jacket. It creates a soft, seamless transition from your face to your midsection. The result? Your body appears more balanced, elongated, and effortless, even without losing a single pound. And here's something few people mention when you know how to choose the right necklace. You're sending a message to the world: you understand yourself. You don't dress to hide, but to celebrate your true shape. And that is always beautiful. The necklace doesn't just reflect light onto your face, it symbolizes your conscious, thoughtful approach to beauty. If you already have necklaces in your wardrobe, pause before buying more. Try pairing them with plain tops, V-necklines, or lightweight jackets. Stand in front of the mirror and observe how your own gaze travels along the lines. Once you master that, you're no longer just dressing to flatter your shape. You're leading the eye exactly where you want it to go. And if a simple necklace can create that kind of transformation, what else might you be overlooking in your outfit? The answer may be right above you in your choice of wide-brim hats, or how you style your upper body, the place where every glance begins. Wide-brim hats and balancing the upper body. On bright, sun-drenched summer days. A wide-brim hat isn't just a practical shield against the sun, it's a fashion statement. A quiet but powerful reminder that you deserve to be seen. But like many accessories, a wide-brim hat can be a double-edged sword. Styled the right way, it highlights your face beautifully, but if styled carelessly, especially for apple-shaped bodies, it can leave your midsection feeling disconnected, heavy, or worse, completely overlooked. Why does that happen? Because the eye always starts with the face. When a bold, wide brim hat sits atop a plain outfit, lacking any visual connection to the body, the gaze tends to stop at the upper area, leaving the silhouette unbalanced. Suddenly, the midsection feels more noticeable, not because it's bigger, but because it lacks supporting details to guide the eye downward. The beauty is you can completely shift this narrative. You don't have to change your body, only the way you intentionally style your outfit. Picture this: you're wearing a crisp white wide brim hat. Don't stop there. Add a blouse with soft prints, textured fabrics like raw linen, lace, or subtle pleats. These details create visual movement, inviting the eye to travel beyond the face, gently down the body, or opt for a V-neck top with delicate accents like buttons, pleats, or a subtle waist tie. These small touches help redefine the chest and waist area, bringing balance without drawing unwanted attention. Another highly effective approach: play with contrasting colors. Pair your statement hat with matching accessories, perhaps a belt, handbag, or shoes in complementary tones. You're building a visual bridge between your head and the rest of your body. The result: a harmonious, well-balanced look where you appear effortlessly elegant, yet layered with personal style. Here's a striking example: a woman in an all-white ensemble wide brim white hat, lightly flared sleeves, sleek wide leg trousers, and a turquoise necklace as the focal point. She isn't hiding her fuller figure. She's creating structure, visual balance, and guiding the eye exactly where she intends. That's not just style. It's confidence made visible. You see, fashion is no longer about hiding. It's about telling your story gently, but with clarity. Your hat doesn't just shield you from the sun, it can open the door to a world of style. When paired with thoughtful, intentional choices, that's the shift from simply dressing well to owning your presence with style. In the next part, we'll dive into something even more powerful than clothes: the art of presence and cultivating your unique sense of style. Because you don't need to look like anyone else, you only need to become the most authentic, radiant version of yourself. The power of presence and personal style. Have you ever seen a woman walk into a room without saying a word, yet every eye turns to her? It's not because her outfit is extravagant, nor because her figure is flawless. It's because she shows up fully as herself with confident posture, eyes that hold depth, and clothes that seem to softly whisper, "I know who I am." That is the true power of presence, when you wear something not just because it flatters your figure, but because it reflects your mood and the person you are within. Fashion should never be a mask to hide the parts of yourself you dislike. On the contrary, it is a tool to express your unique identity, whether that's soft, bold, or sophisticated, as long as it's truly yours, not a copy of someone else. Having personality in your style doesn't mean dressing to shock. It simply means daring to choose a linen blouse with gentle pleats because you love its lightness. Daring to wear a golden necklace because you believe you deserve to shine. It's when you stop dressing to avoid criticism and start dressing to communicate your beauty. The wonderful truth is style has no age. Whether you are 60, 70, or beyond, your presence can still radiate with distinctive charm when you choose your clothes as a form of self-care and self-love. And if you're unsure where to begin, don't worry. I'll show you how to use neutral tones, those seemingly quiet shades, to create a look that is both elegant and full of personality. Because sophistication doesn't always come from bold colors, but from how you guide the eye through thoughtful textures, clever cuts, and smart choices. Neutral fashion and how to create accents. There's an interesting truth often overlooked on the journey to rediscovering your personal style: neutral tones. The shades often seen as safe or bland are actually the strongest foundation for creating timeless, elegant beauty. White cream, beige, soft gray, or stone brown may seem understated and quiet. but they allow you to show up with quiet confidence, a beauty that feels natural and effortless. Neutral fashion is never boring when you know how to let each piece speak for itself in a subtle, refined way. Imagine a soft beige linen blouse paired with tailored charcoal trousers and a delicate printed silk scarf. That combination gently whispers, "I don't need to raise my voice to be seen." And here's the key point: minimalism doesn't mean a lack of personality. It gives space for every accent to carry deeper meaning. A muted metallic necklace, a pair of small pearl earrings, or a textured belt each can become your personal fashion statement within a soft, neutral palette. If you love calm sophistication, neutral tones are a safe space for you to express maturity and elegance. But if you want to add a hint of boldness, start with the fabric's raw cotton, matte silk, textured weaves materials that have their own voice, adding depth and dimension without the need for bright, overwhelming prints. Then focus on the cut. Choose tops with V necklines, softly puffed sleeves, or asymmetric hems details that feel tailored for you, enhancing your shape while telling your unique story. Neutral colors also have a hidden advantage. They naturally draw attention to your expressions, your eyes, and your voice, the most authentic reflections of who you truly are. And at 60 or beyond, what could be more beautiful than letting your inner beauty shine clearly, framed by a simple yet intentional backdrop? However, precisely because of their softness, adding the right accents becomes even more important. One of the most powerful tools for creating focal points is the necklace. But not every necklace suits every body shape or outfit. The wrong choice can make you look shorter, broader, or visually disrupt an otherwise refined, neutral look. So how do you choose the right necklace, the correct style, length, and placement to both flatter your figure and guide the eye intelligently? I'll share with you the principles for selecting necklaces according to your body type. So every time you stand in front of the mirror, you'll know that small accessory is quietly working to highlight the greater beauty that's already yours. Principles for choosing necklaces according to body type. A necklace, often seen as just a small accessory, actually holds the power to completely change the way others perceive your body. It's far more than simple decoration. For women over 60, a necklace becomes a quiet yet powerful tool to reshape the figure, balance proportions, and elevate one's presence. If you have an apple-shaped body, where the waistline is less defined and the upper body tends to carry more fullness, avoid short, chunky necklaces that stop right at the chest. Why? Because they unintentionally draw attention to the very area you may prefer to downplay the center of your torso. Instead, opt for medium-length necklaces that fall softly in a V shape, or pair them with small, delicate pendants. These styles guide the eye downward, visually elongating the upper body and creating a more graceful, refined look without being overpowering. For inverted triangle body shapes, broad shoulders with narrower hips, use your necklace to soften the shoulder line. Avoid stiff, oversized, or tight-fitting pieces around the neck. Instead, choose necklaces with gentle curves, soft materials, and pendants that drape naturally. These help break up the structured shoulder area and bring harmony to your silhouette. If you have a rectangular body shape with fewer natural curves and a less defined waist, your necklace should create a focal point to break the straight lines from shoulders to hips. Opt for statement pendants that sit in the center of the chest or layered necklaces with multiple tiers. This adds depth to the upper body and creates the illusion of soft, feminine curves. For those with shorter necks or rounder faces, avoid thick, tight chokers. They visually shorten the neck even more. Instead, go for Y-shaped necklaces, delicate chains, or designs that softly fall toward the center of the chest. This adds visual length to the neck and upper torso, naturally balancing the head, neck, and chest area. If you have a petite frame, stay away from oversized necklaces that can overwhelm your proportions. Choose fine, delicate chains with subtle, well-placed details that brighten your face and enhance your natural elegance. But the most important rule isn't just about body shape, it's about intention. Where do you want your necklace to guide the eye? If you're wearing a V-neck top, let the pendant follow the same V shape to create harmony. If you're wearing a round neckline, choose a short necklace that sits close to the collar to maintain visual flow. And with high neck tops, let the necklace drop lower, creating a focal point at the center of your chest, like a gentle invitation for the eye to follow. A well-chosen necklace doesn't just make you look better, it helps you feel seen, understood, and respected. At that point, it's no longer just about fashion. It becomes a connection between you and yourself through every curve, every glance, and every confident step you take in your everyday life. Have you noticed? Throughout this entire video, we haven't talked about chasing trends or forcing ourselves into rigid fashion rules. Because for women over 60, fashion is no longer a race to be seen. It's a much deeper journey, a journey back to yourself. You've spent your youth taking care of others, your family, your career, the expectations of society. And more times than you can count, you've set aside your own small desires just to fit in. But today, simply choosing a necklace that flatters your figure, a blouse made from the right soft fabric, or a hat with thoughtful details, that alone is how you begin reconnecting with yourself, through the quiet language of self-love. Fashion isn't something to show off, it's something to feel. It's a mirror that reflects your inner self in a subtle, graceful way. It's how you tell the world I'm still here, still beautiful, and still living every moment to the fullest. If this video touched even a small part of your heart, please hit the like button so I know we're connected. And subscribe to the channel to keep walking this journey together, because your path to beauty, no matter how many years have passed, still holds countless wonderful doors waiting to be opened. Remember, you don't need to change to become someone else. You only need to dress in a way that makes you feel respected, seen, and loved. Because the most beautiful kind of fashion is when you put something on and you truly see yourself in it.